comes into this one led by head coach Lisa Bell, who was their inaugural head coach, hired back in 2008 when the program was formed, still at the helm of the Norsemen here in 2026. NEO looking to steal one on the road here to start their season, while the Lady Ravens look to show some growth and development. 16 freshmen making their college debut here tonight under second-year head coach Stephen Harrison. We're so happy you're with us here on the Red Raven Sports Network. Just a few moments away from kickoff. And before we get you the Red Raven starters here for tonight, we're going to start off with the visiting NEO Norsemen. They are running a 4-4-2 formation here in their regular season opener. In goal tonight, the goalie, the freshman out of Blanchard, Oklahoma, number 0, Paloma Ortega. On the 4 on the back line for the Lady Norsemen, it's the freshman Kaylee Asher, number 8. Number 11, Hazel Wimp, the sophomore. Number 12, Marley Gaudette, the freshman. And number 16, sophomore Mackenzie Temple. The midfielders for the Lady Norsemen tonight: number 5, Gracie Dunning. Also number 10, Sofia Velasquez. Number 18, Macy Allen. And number 19, Catherine Aguiar Conde. The two up front for NEO, Abigail Teets, and number 7, Valeria Guevara Gomez. Again, the Norsemen are led by head coach Lisa Bell, assisted by Fortune Karliskiat. For the Red Ravens, year 2 for head coach Stephen Harrison, assisted by Francisco Neto. And again, 16 newcomers on this roster, just 4 returning sophomores from a season ago. And as we get ready for the season opener, just a couple minutes away, let's meet the starting lineup for the 2026 Red Ravens here on opening night.
I'm Isabel Grande. I'm from South London.
My name is Kayleen Triago. I'm from Ecuador.
Isabella Rains, Scotland.
Freya Wilson, England.
Lauren Smith, Scotland.
Bruna Mello from Brazil.
I'm Carla Lopez. I'm from Spain.
Ruby Danka from Ghana.
My name is Mandy Denijs and I'm from the Netherlands.
I'm Millie Jones. I'm from England.
I'm Valeria Romero and I'm from Colombia.
And there you have it again, Coach Stephen Harrison starting 11 tonight in the season opener, running a 4-2-3-1, and we'll get you that lineup here one more time here tonight. In goal tonight, it's the freshman out of the UK, Isabella Grundy. On the defensive back line for the Red Ravens, number 4, Isabella Brown. Also number 9, Lauren Smith. Number 25, Keila Inturago. And number 12, Freya Wilson. In the middle for the Red Ravens, the two defensive midfielders, if you will. It's number 6, Bruna Mello, and number 3, Carla Lopez. Your 3 attacking midfielders tonight, number 14, Mandy Denijs. Also number 7, Millie Jones, and number 11, Ruby Danka. And your forward for the Red Ravens, number 18, Valeria Romero. NEO and Coffeyville get the 2026 regular season started. We're just 2 minutes away from getting the action underway tonight. We're going to take a short intermission here on the Red Raven Sports Network. We'll have opening kickoff right after this. Don't go anywhere. Season opener, NEO, Coffeyville, here at the Veterans Memorial Stadium on the Red Raven Sports Network. Back here from Veterans Memorial Stadium as we get ready for the season opener between the NEO Norsemen and the Coffeyville Red Ravens. Shane Neal with you here on RRSM. I'd like to thank both of our camera operators tonight, Esme Smith, Carly Dameron, both doing it for the first time. There you go. Great stuff. Also, very talented women's basketball players here at Coffeyville are Esme and Carly. We appreciate them. Also, our photographer tonight, Benjamin Matthews, down on the field. Thank you to the entire broadcast team here on RRSN. NEO in the blues with the white numbers, while the Red Ravens rocking the whites with the red numbers and the red names. Coffeyville 1-2 in their exhibition play this fall, I should say. Lost to Northwest Arkansas in their first scrimmage, 5-2 the final in that one. Also a loss at Heston, but ended it with a win over Allen. 2-0 the final in that one. Ravens will get us started here at the Vet. We are underway in the 2026 season. Lisa Bell at the helm of NEO, while Stephen Harrison starts year number 2 at the helm of the Red Ravens, and they play it back to the goalkeeper. Isabella Grundy gets the start in her college debut, the freshman out of South London. A lot of that Raven experience on that back line. You, of course, have the reigning honorable mention All Jayhawk Conference selection, Keila Intirago. Also out there, Bruno Mello, Millie Jones. They play the midfield. That one played into the box and handled by the NEO keeper. That is the freshman Paloma Ortega out of Blanchard, Oklahoma. I'm doing something I've never attempted to do before, and that is broadcast a game while simultaneously running the stream. So forgive me, it is opening night for us up here in the broadcast booth. I'm doing the best I can with camera angles while also working on name pronunciations and keeping the time in sync. So I'm not saying, don't hold me accountable for my mistakes. I'm also just saying a lot on my plate here tonight. So Ravens with the ball. We're just over a minute in, and this is Intirago working it inside, and some shadows here on the field early in this one. But we were able to start on time. We weren't sure if that was going to be the case with some recent heat here in the four-state area. That one out of play for an NEO throw. NEO able to collapse the pressure there. That'll be an early yellow card against the Lady Norsemen for the challenge on Ruby Danka, freshman out of Ghana, playing on that left side tonight. And the Ravens will have a free kick here early in this one, just over 2 minutes in. First regular season event of the new year here in Coffeyville. Red Raven Volleyball gets their season started down in Texas this weekend. Their home opener coming up next Wednesday. Cross country will be in Hutchinson next week for their season opener. And, of course, football gets the season started down in Miami next Saturday before their home opener right here at the Vet on September 5th against defending national champion Iowa Western. Free kick will be taken by the freshman out of the Netherlands, Mandy de Nijs. A three-player wall here for NEO. And de Nijs does have a window to try to put this on target if she chooses, but that one playable and handled by Ortega. Ravens did score a goal off a free kick in their exhibition game against Northwest Arkansas. That was scored by Katie Heaney, who is not in the starting lineup tonight, the freshman out of Ireland. Ravens able to control the ball, and they work it back to, that's the freshman Freya Wilson out of the United Kingdom. Now Isabel Brown. A lot of Scottish players on this Raven roster. de Nijs plays it back to Freya Wilson. 16 true freshmen for Stephen Harrison here this year. It's one of the youngest teams, not just in the Jayhawk, one of the youngest teams in all of JUCO. They were picked to finish in 8th place in the Jayhawk Conference standings, mostly because of the unknown. As Grundy tries to play that downfield. It's taken at about the 40-yard line by NEO, but chipped out of play for a Coffeyville throw. About 4 minutes into this one, and of course it is a doubleheader tonight. We will have the men going head-to-head immediately following this one. About 8 o'clock, we expect that one to get underway. Here's the throw from the Red Ravens, and in, looking on that far side, and this played back to Wilson. Wilson able to get through that first defender and able to hook up with Bruna Mello. Now here comes Mello, one of the few sophomores on this team. Plays it forward to Romero. Back heel, back to Mello. Ravens with some space for Donka. Playing it into the middle. Here's Donka. Shot outside the box deflected, and it will be a Red Raven corner. Best offensive opportunity we've seen so far tonight. Started on the edge with Wilson and Mello creating some space in the middle, and then Romero and Donka. As they do say, actually, they changed it up. That was off of Coffeyville, so it was a goal kick, but unable to handle the goal kick, and it'll be a Raven throw. So Ravens, a little bit of momentum here, and trying to go on the attack here for the first time in 2026. Isabella Brown, that's out of play, and off of the Norseman. Ravens work it back towards the middle. That one intercepted. That's NEO's number 5, Gracie Dunning, the freshman midfielder. And ahead into the box, and that one out in front. Grundy able to handle it. Not a bad attempt there from NEO, but Ravens able to neutralize the threat. Brown plays it back to the freshman goalie, Grundy. Brown, who we've seen have the ball quite a bit early in this one. She is from Scotland, Bearsden, Scotland, played at Beauclair Academy. And Intriago trying to play it forward, but that one a loose ball, and Intriago does a great job winning it back for Coffeyville. Able to take it away there from number 7, Valeria Guevara Gomez, who's one of the top attackers for this NEO roster. Guevara Gomez, that one blocked and taken by the Ravens. Brown tries to play it forward to Denice. Still loose, and now a battle for it. Freya Wilson gets involved. I beg your pardon, that was Carla Lopez down there for the Ravens. Denice now tries to seal off the possession. Donka out of play, last touched by NEO. Ravens just across the midfield stripe. Donka up ahead, trying to get it to Romero, and overplayed it just a little bit. NEO will play it safe and boot it out of bounds for a Red Raven throw. Approaching the 10-minute mark here in Coffeyville. Ravens and Norsemen scoreless here in the season opener. Throw-in goes to Donka, and well sealed there by number 11, Hazel Wimp, the sophomore defender. Another Raven throw here. It's Interago. Trying to get it to Denice. Able to win the possession. Interago trying to get it to the middle. Romero got a touch into the box. Still loose. Donka tries to settle it down. Finds Romero. Ravens still on the attack. They work it to Mello. Mello tries to chip one in. Didn't get a ton on it. And it's collected by Paloma Ortega. Young team, still learning how to play together. When they made their first scrimmage appearance, they had only had 3 practices together, so this is a team still learning how to play amongst each other. But we've seen a couple offensive pieces that have looked pretty good so far for Coach Harrison's bunch. Now here comes NEO on the other end, and running it down there is Guevara Gomez, but that one blocked nicely by the Red Ravens. And that was Interago, who again was honorable mention All Jayhawk Conference in her freshman season. Out of play for a Red Raven goal kick. So we're about 9 minutes into this one. Coffeyville NEO here on the Red Raven Sports Network. Game 1 of our season opening doubleheader. We will have the men's game immediately following. Not on this stream. We do have a separate stream for the men's game tonight. So I know when on times with our graphics and stuff, we have paired them together. But on streams, we do separate them. So our men's stream will be immediately following this one. Denice to Interago. Now back to Denice. And Ravens create a little bit of separation once again. Up ahead. Good pass to Romero. Donka on the near side. Trying to create some space. What a move. Gets by a defender. Romero outside the box and didn't quite get enough. Was it deflected? Ravens have had 3 really rock-solid opportunities here in the opening 10 minutes. And it looks like they are going to say it was deflected. It's going to be a Raven corner kick. First corner kick of 2026. And we'll see what the Ravens draw up here. They've had some promising offensive opportunities. This one, maybe the best one yet, into the box, and it got to the back post. And this time it is a goal kick. Ravens did get a piece of it, but well defended. It was a really nice entry pass. That's been the theme so far for Coffeyville. A number of opportunities, but so far haven't been able to get one to go. Have to be happy with how they've played in the first 10 minutes, though, if you're Coach Harrison. This one, well played by the Ravens. Here they come again. And inside, that one saved by Ortega. Paloma Ortega out of Blanchard, Oklahoma, and again, cannot get a pass to a teammate. Ravens able to control this one as well, and Donka able to draw another foul. Already one yellow card against NEO, and now another foul against the freshman Donka out of Ghana. The freshman Donka. She's the one who drew the contact. Corner kick, or I should say free kick coming, and they're going to send the sophomore out of Brazil, Bruna Mayo, to take it here for the Red Ravens. Once again, NEO shows a 3-player wall. Kick coming from about the 14-yard line. That's about a 31-yard field goal for all of you playing at home. Mello sends it on target, but a little bit high. The kick would have been good, but it is a goal kick. A little bit of football humor. We're a week away from the start of football season, so. Coach Delbert would be happy with that kick. 11-minute mark here, and it'll be a goal kick here for NEO. And once again, the Ravens have done a great job of controlling possession off of these goal kicks. Donka tries to play to Romero, and that one blocked nicely by the Lady Norsemen. It does stay with the Red Ravens with a throw. Played out to Isabella Brown, and that one kicked up in the air by Carla Lopez, and pinballs around before it's taken by Bruno Mello. Mello trying to squeeze through a double team, but it's taken away by the NEO Norsemen. Played up ahead, and trying to slow it down there is Brown. Grundy, dangerous, came outside the box, but is able to play it forward, and Coffeyville controls it. That's a very aggressive play if you're a goalkeeper. Because if that goes wrong, it can go really wrong. But the Ravens are able to make a play here, trying to play it forward, and now the Ravens have numbers. Coffeyville out in front. Breakaway, trying to get it on target. It's saved. Rebound, slowed down by the Ravens again. Another shot, and that one knocked down by Ortega. Not sure how the Ravens aren't up 1-0, had a 2-0. And Paloma Ortega, welcome to college soccer. Outstanding saves there to keep this one level. Coffeyville again controls the possession. This is Freya Wilson. And plays it to that far side. That one challenged by NEO. And now 50-50 ball in the middle, controlled by the Red Ravens. This one poked by Guevara Gomez. That's been NEO's best player so far tonight. Brown able to keep it in play and then taken away by Kaylee Asher, the freshman defender. Ball still loose, and Denice tries to slow it down and able to work it ahead to Ruby Donka. Donka comes inside, tries to play it for on that far side. That's Millie Jones, and Millie Jones able to slow it down. Jones works it back inside and now leaves it for Lauren Smith, the freshman. Another Scottish player on this roster, Lauren Smith. She's out of Inverness. That one into the box and cleared by NEO for a Raven throw. NEO has been playing on their back heels so far in the front 15. But Coffeyville has not put one home yet. Had a 2-on-0 about 2 minutes ago. Had two good shots at it. Could not get them to go. This will be a Red Raven corner coming up. You have so much momentum right now if you're Coach Harrison's side. You have to find a way to get one to go. Taking a 1-0 lead in front of the home fans. What a start to the season it would be for one of the youngest teams in JUCO. Going to send one of his more experienced players, the sophomore out of Ecuador, Keila Intirago, to take the corner kick. And this one a low pass and did not go the way the Ravens wanted to. That's a goal kick. Cannot say for certain, but I imagine with the temperatures we have here in Coffeyville, and as I say that, it is indeed correct, we are going to have a hydration break here in this one. So with the temperatures the way they are, both teams are taking a timeout at the midway point of both the first half and the second half. 29 minutes to go in half number one. So far, the Ravens have been on the attack, but have yet to score. Let's take a quick timeout. We'll be right back. Ravens NEO here on the Red Raven Sports Network. Back here at Veterans Memorial Stadium as we return from the hydration break. No score here in the season opener, NEO and Coffeyville. Shane Neal alongside with you here on the Red Raven Sports Network, and so happy to be back with you. It was a long off season. Last Red Raven sporting event I got to watch was the Red Raven softball region playoff game against Johnson County, which, by the way, was an extra inning thriller. It was phenomenal. But that was also back in April. So excited to be back. Ravens and NEO scoreless here with about 17 minutes into this one. 16 and a half. Interago has it. 16 true freshmen on Stephen Harrison's roster this season. One of the youngest in JUCO, Mandy Denice. One of those freshmen, and she plays it to the middle for Carla Lopez. Space for Lopez. Plays it to Valeria Romero. Romero trying to feed Lopez. Well defended by NEO. Donka tries to knock it down. It's played out of the box by NEO, but the Ravens able to keep it alive with Bruno Mello. Ravens on the attack yet again. And they'll set it up with Carla Lopez. Lopez down low, Bruno Mello. Mello just inside the box, tries to play it down low, and nobody was there. Miscommunication there between her and her teammate Interago. So goal kick here for the NEO Norsemen. It is a warm one. The hydration breaks are well deserved here in this one. Currently 97 degrees in Coffeyville with a field temperature in the triple digits. That one out of play, last touched by NEO. It'll be a Red Raven throw. .50-50 ball. Romero got a foot on it, but it looks like NEO controls it, and back heel, and that one intercepted by Coffeyville. Interago. Lone returner, all conference for the Red Ravens, and she's played very well so far in the first game of her sophomore season. Coffeyville, once again on the NEO side of the field, as they've been for much of this first half, and now they will go backwards. Freya Wilson, and Coffeyville will regroup. This is Lauren Smith, the freshman out of Scotland. Up ahead. Ravens play back to the middle. That's Bruno Mello. Mello coming now near side and finding a trailing Interago who's got some space. Tried to hit Millie Jones, who had a lot of real estate, but the pass just a little bit too strong, and it's out of play for an NEO throw. If there's been a theme so far for Coffeyville in the first 20 minutes, it's been close but no cigar. A lot of opportunities. One has not found the back of the net just yet. No broadcast can happen with just one person, and of course, when you're the broadcaster, you're probably the least talented person that's part of the broadcast. So we'd like to thank our on-field photographer tonight, Ben Matthews. Also helping run our two cameras tonight, Carly Dameron, Esme Smith, both of the women's basketball team. Thank to them. Donka's shot on target. Nice save by Paloma Ortega. What a first 20 minutes of her college career she's had. Couple big-time saves for NEO. Mello, Donka. They try to float it forward again. That's Romero trying to slow it down. And that one played out of bounds. It'll be a Red Raven throw. We're going to see some shadows moving on the field here, especially in game number one as the sun starts to go down here in Coffeyville. Red Raven throw. And they play it into the box for Donka. Donka's pass didn't quite get to Bruno Mello. That was a nice play by Gracie Dunning. NEO Coffeyville going to get to know each other quite a bit here in the next couple weeks. Of course, they open on the football field together as well next Saturday night in Miami. Ravens and NEO Norsemen have also played numerous times on the basketball court in the last couple years, both on Coach Turner's Lady Ravens side and on Coach Herkelman's men's side. Isabella Brown plays it back to the freshman goalie, Isabella Grundy. And Grundy will take the pass to Lauren Smith. Smith trying to work against the defender. That's Abigail Teets, the sophomore. And that one makes it to the outside for Millie Jones. Jones, one of the few sophomores on this Raven roster. And tried to get it to the middle. That one intercepted, intended for Isabella Brown. It's taken away by Gracie Dunning, but unable to do anything with it or NEO. They were looking for Sofia Velazquez, the freshman midfielder, overplayed her, and the Ravens able to take possession back. Carla Lopez across midfield, tries to play it forward from Andy Denice. Denice slows it down, and now the Ravens regroup. Mello chip shot down into the deep part of the zone, and that one played up, and Donka has space. Ruby Donka, shot on target, and just wide of the goal. He didn't quite line it up there, did the Raven freshman. She's had a couple opportunities. One was a great save by Paloma Ortega. This one just awkwardly off the left foot of the freshman Donka. But NEO, once again on their heels, playing defense in the box. Millie Jones. Jones, that one blocked. Donka runs it down. Tripped. Ravens won a penalty, and that one just wide. There was contact in the box. Coming in, I could not tell if that was Lopez or Denice. But once again, the Ravens with a golden opportunity, and it sails just about a foot wide of the net. Carla Lopez able to run down this one and win the possession for the Red Ravens. Ravens have dominated possession here in the first half. 21:45 remaining. We're over the halfway point here in Coffeyville, Veterans Memorial Stadium. We had talked about it a little bit in the scrimmage, but I know a lot of people, a lot of our viewers, a lot of our listeners are used to the clock going up to 45. Here at the collegiate level, we go down from 45, so currently 21:20 is what shows on the scoreboard. I know our broadcast clock is about 10 seconds slow. We will adjust that at the halfway point. But again, like I mentioned earlier in the broadcast tonight, I'm running both the stream and calling the game, which is something I've never done before. So I appreciate your patience and understanding as we try to do the best we can here on opening night. Valeria Romero. Millie Jones tries to turn to the outside, has a little bit of space, now cuts back inside. Jones trying to hit Donka, that one a little bit out in front. And yet another goal kick coming for NEO. This has been a very aggressive opening 25 minutes for Coffeyville. NEO has played deep in their own territory for much of this first 25 minutes. And Ortega, that one battled for, and Romero able to knock it ahead for Millie Jones. That shot high. Be curious to see how many, when we go to half, how many shots the Ravens have had in this first half, because you got to think it's now over 10 with probably 4 or 5 of those on target. Inside of 20 minutes to go now in this first half, and Ravens have a throw-in in NEO territory once again. That one played out. Just to the right of that flag for Coffeyville, it is a throw. And now it will be an NEO goal kick. That's the toughest part of the field to see from up here on the 5th floor. That near corner on the NEO side of the field. That one out of play. NEO's really had some difficulty with their goal kicks here in this first half, but they do get this one in and forward. But that one out of bounds, and a Raven throw. Already had our first half hydration break. This one played into the box, but an easy save for Ortega. Freshman out of Blanchard, Oklahoma, getting plenty of reps in this first half is Ortega. Interesting fact about this NEO roster, both of their goalies are freshmen. You see Paloma, Ortega. They also have Natalie Butchko, who's out of Lawton, Oklahoma. Both of them listed on the roster as not only goalies, but also defenders. So a little bit of versatility there on the back line for the Norsemen. I suppose they're the Lady Norse. I should get my terminology correct here on opening night. Interago has it for the Red Ravens. Mandy DeNice. Bruno Mello up ahead. Romero able to try and slow it down and does so nicely. Ravens able to keep possession. DeNice had it poked. That's a nice play by NEO, but then the Ravens poke it right back. Mandy DeNice, the freshman out of the Netherlands. Up ahead trying to hit Romero. Romero beats one defender. There is a second defender behind. Now tries to play it to the outside, and it's well sealed. Intended for Millie Jones. Still trouble for NEO, and they'll just send it out of play. And that's going to be a Lady Norse goal kick. I would say the Ravens have really controlled this one at the midfield level, but the NEO defense, they have done their job in this first half. And the NEO goalkeeper has been outstanding. Ravens play it back to their goalkeeper, Isabella Grundy. And there was contact there. Play is stopped. It'll be a free kick for NEO after a foul. Looks like they got Freya Wilson for the contact there. Only one yellow card so far tonight. It came about 2 minutes into the game against the Lady Norse. And a strong kick there, and Grundy able to handle it. Grundy hasn't quite had the workload that Ortega's had, but does her job there, and the Ravens try to go on the attack again. DeNice got a chip on it, and that one out of play. Last touched by NEO. 16:20 to go in this first half. One of my favorite things about being up here on the 5th floor of the stadium, you can't really see it right now. We'll have one of our camera operators show you when the sun goes down a little bit later, but the refinery off in the distance, I think, looks like a city skyline once the sky gets dark here in Coffeyville. Here's Ruby Donka, and that one well defended there by Kaylee Asher. Now a 50-50 ball, and it's taken by Bruno Mello. Mello, sophomore out of Brazil, and challenge comes from NEO. Mello able to keep it and pass to her teammate Isabella Brown. Brown goes to Interago. Interago tight ropes that far line, or that near line, I should say. DeNice tries to hit Interago. Now Donka, and the Ravens moving forward once again. It's played out of play for a Raven throw. Two-thirds of the way through the first half. 15 minutes to go until halftime. And it looks like we're going to have a second hydration break here in this first half. It's a very warm night in Coffeyville. And so the Ravens and the Norse going to play it safe. We're going to take a short timeout. 15:04 to go in this first half. We'll be right back. Ravens and Lady Norse scoreless here with 15 minutes to go in the first half. You're watching Red Raven Women's Soccer here on the Red Raven Sports Network. Resuming from the second hydration break of the first half, Ravens in the box, and there it is. Is it offsides? It is not. The flag stays down. We return and get the first goal of 2026. Fitting, it's Ruby Dunca putting it home for Coffeyville. So out of the timeout, Stephen Harrison draws up a play, and Ruby Dunca with the season-opening goal for the Red Ravens. They lead it 1-0 here now against the NEO Norsemen. Dunca's goal comes at the 31-minute mark. There we go. Quick math, not my forte. And now the Ravens on the attack once again. Bruno Mello down low. That one just got through. That was Brooklyn Cox who's into the game. Ravens made some subs at that timeout. We got about 14:20 to go in this first half. 1-0 Coffeyville on a goal from Ruby Dunca. Ravens, Mello lets it skip through and go all the way to Isabella Brown. Brown now comes inside on the attack. And they try to play it to Dunca. This time she's double-teamed. That one out of play for a Raven throw. First goal in the collegiate career of Ruby Dunca. We're going to say that phrase a lot this year. There's 16 freshmen on this team, so it's going to be a lot of first goals in college careers. But first one goes to the freshman out of Ghana. And she'd been on the attack for much of the night so far. So, again, fitting. She's the one that finally gets one to go for Coffeyville. Bruno Mello, Brooklyn Cox. Cox tries to play it to Valeria Romero. And the Ravens are able to control possession. Carla Lopez. Mello. Coffeyville has controlled possession for much of this first half. 13 minutes to go in the first half. This is Isabella Grundy. NEO, a lot looser here now with their formation. They're giving the Ravens space to work. Interago cuts inside, looks to the middle for Mello. Mello slows it down, tries to find Dunca. Dunca plays it up in the air. Romero tries to control it. They work it to the outside for Brooklyn Cox. Cox with a cross into the middle, and Dunca was there once again, and this time the flag comes up offsides. The first one felt so good, she went for a second one about 4 minutes later. 12:18 to go in this first half. Once again, it is Raven possession as they work it down, and that's a great first touch by Romero. Cox from outside the box tries to turn, put it on target, and Ortega able to make the save. Brooklyn Cox out of Wagoner, Oklahoma. Ravens got to feel good now. We had talked during the hydration break that, you feel like with a team this young, once that first one goes, you're going to get a big weight off your shoulders, and that's what we're feeling here now for this team. They're playing a lot looser, it feels like, after that goal. Interago hands it off. That's Romero. Romero to Mello. Mello tries to go wide for Millie Jones. That one sails far, and a throw-in for the Lady Norse. We saw Coffeyville play a strong first half against Northwest Arkansas, and it kind of came unraveled a little bit in the second half. So still obviously with 56 minutes of game to go as Isabel Grundy will just scoop that one up. You got a long way to go, but being up 1-0 here at home is a strong start if you're Coffeyville. Carla Lopez. That one deflected. That is Sofia Velasquez. Ravens do control it. Now on the near side, this is Interago. Trying to play it over the top, and Donka again behind the defense, and Ortega comes out and just boots it. Ravens control. Brooklyn Cox tries to play it outside for Millie Jones. That one well defended, taken by NEO. We go under 10 minutes to go in this first half. Coffeyville 1, NEO 0. Interago with space. Plays it down into the box. Interago gets around a defender. Leaves it for Donka. And the Ravens can't put it home. It'll be a goal kick. It might have been deflected on the far side as well by another Raven, as into the game now for Coffeyville comes Cody Tom. Substitute here. Couldn't tell if that was Interago there. That might have gotten another kind of toe on it. But here we go again. Coffeyville, as we've said all first half, on the attack. Shot, and Ortega knocks it down and collects it. That was Millie Jones that put one on target. Paloma Ortega is earning her scholarship here tonight. She has been busy from the opening minutes. And the Ravens well defended there. That's Freya Wilson. It'll be an NEO throw. 8:35 to go first half. Coffeyville with the takeaway. This is Cody Tom. Tom tries to play it up ahead, and getting a foot on that is Sofia Velasquez. Into the middle it goes. There was contact, and it looks like a foul was called against the Lady Norse. Stephen Harrison, Francisco Neto, both in their second year at the helm of this program. Come out in a 4-2-3-1. Really try to solidify that midfield. And the midfield's where Coffeyville's really been good tonight. Isabella Brown, the freshman out of Scotland, able to slow it down, but the pass trying to hit Interago turned over. Here comes NEO, one of their better offensive opportunities of the night. Brown tries to chase down Guevara Gomez, and contact and a foul against the Red Ravens. Lady Norse haven't really had a ton of premier offensive chances. But they will have a free kick here from about the 22-yard line. For fans of the Jayhawk Conference, we do actually get football season started tonight. Both Hutchinson and Dodge City are in action. Hutchinson taking on Cisco College, while Dodge City opens their season against New Mexico Military. Ravens will have their final scrimmage tomorrow night here at the Vet, 7 o'clock. It is open to the public, so if you're not doing anything, come out. Watch the Raven football team, one final tune-up. They're in Miami next Saturday night. It's number 1 against number 2 in terms of all-time wins in junior college football. Cross here, Grundy with the nice chest-high catch. And no threat there for NEO. Grundy will throw it to the near side for Isabella Brown. As this game goes on and NEO maybe dials up the intensity, gets a little more aggressive. This Raven back line, with the exception of Kayla Intriago, very young. Brown, a freshman. Lauren Smith, a freshman. As is some of these other defenders on this team. Aaron Campbell, freshman. So you're going to see these players get tested as we go on here tonight. But right now, 1-0 Red Ravens on a goal by Ruby Donka in the 31st minute. 5.5 to go here in the first half. Enio backs off a little bit here, and the Ravens reset as they pass it back to Grundy. A bit of a dangerous pass there in the area. Number 17, Brinley Ellis of Coweta, Oklahoma. Ravens now try to go up that far side and trying to slow it down there and able to keep possession. That's a nice play. Ravens regroup. That's Lauren Smith out there on the far side. And out of play and a Raven throw. .445 to go first half. Coffeyville 1, Enio 0. And once again, this will be Coffeyville possession. Now with a throw here on the near side. Brown, I'm not sure what we're waiting on here. It's a free kick, clearly, but a lot of time has elapsed, and I guess they're trying to figure out where they want the ball exactly. Inside of 4 minutes to go in this first half. Ravens trying to go for a second here before they head into the locker room. Donka, who has the goal for the Coffeyville Community College Red Ravens, plays it to the middle. That one sent straight up in the air, and a dangerous ball collected by Ortega. Paloma Ortega might be the nation's leader in saves by the end of the night. That one steered clear of Carla Lopez. Sofia Velasquez tries to run it down on the back of Isabella Brown. And they play on. Velasquez has it. Able to beat a pair of defenders. And we have a Raven that's a little slow to get up. That's Lopez. Might have rolled an ankle. Outside the box, that one blocked. Coffeyville trying to steer it clear into the box and didn't get enough on it. And Grundy able to control it and neutralize the threat. That was Enio's best opportunity of the first half. Carla Lopez looks like she's okay. She's back out there. But she slipped, and that gave Enio a +1 advantage. And they had a good look at it, just didn't get a lot of power on it. Nice save by Isabella Grundy. Brooklyn Cox spinning and gets a little bit of space. Can't hook up with Donka, but it's played out of bounds. Red Raven ball for a throw. Clock continues to tick inside of 2.5 in this first half. Just in front of the Raven bench, the throw comes. Valeria Romero has it now. Tries to steer clear of a defender that's well defended. That's Hazel Wimp, the sophomore, showing her experience right there. Interago finding a great pass to Romero, and Ortega knocks it down. Another outstanding save. Romero had space, put some power into it, and Ortega able to hit it to the ground. We've seen a couple chances here from Enio in the last couple minutes that have been better than the ones they had in the first 35 minutes or so. So Raven defense going to have to adjust. They were trying to hook up there with Maddie Sharon, but not going to be able to. That's Interago. Again, this team's lone returning all-conference player. About 60 seconds left in this first half. 1-0 Red Ravens on a goal from Ruby Donka. And this will be a Coffeyville throw. Brooklyn Cox, what a first touch. Plays it ahead, and that's going to be Marley Gaudette. That's the first one to it. She safely plays it away. So Coffeyville will get one final attack here in the first 45. leading 1-0, and you'd feel really good if you could take a 2-0 lead in the locker room. Donka to throw. And the pass sails high of the first player, and Ortega going to scoop it with about 20 seconds left in the half. Lopez with the header, gets it to Brooklyn Cox. Cox plays it up and into Rago. Nice move and draws contact. We're going to hit 0. Interago a little slow to get up. Hopefully she's okay. And the first half comes to an end. Ravens on the attack for much of that first 45 minutes. As we continue to look at Kayla Interago, one of this team's top defensive players. Coach Neto out there now to take a look at one of his sophomores. Hopefully some tape and some treatment. She'll be able to return. A little bit of a limp, but she's on her feet. Good to see. Our score at the half. Ravens 1, NEO 0. On a goal from Ruby Donka. We'll be back with second half action here from Veterans Memorial Stadium. Don't go anywhere. Red Raven Women's Soccer here on the Red Raven Sports Network. teams back out on the floor, on the field, opening night. There you go. I'm Shay Neal, happy to be with you here on the Red Ravens Sports Network. Ravens lead 1-0, a goal by Ruby Donka in the 31st minute. Good to have sports back here at the Vet and sports back here on the Red Raven Sports Network. Earlier this week, while I have a chance to talk about it, the Red Raven Sports Network YouTube channel hit 7,000 subscribers. When I moved to Coffeyville, which was 2022, I know I've been here a minute now, we had about 2.4. So we just hit 7K. That means we've about tripled in size in the last 4 years, for those of you that can do math at home. Very, very grateful for that. A lot of fun coming this season. Ryan Leiker will be here a little bit later tonight, but he's the mastermind behind the stream. And we look forward to having a fun season with you. NEO will get it started here as we start the second half. 1-0 Coffeyville. And that one out of play. It'll be a Raven throw. For those of you just joining us, we will have separate streams tonight for the women's game and the men's game. So as soon as this one comes to an end, we will be ending this stream, but don't panic. The men's stream coming up about 30 minutes after the conclusion of this one right here on the Red Raven Sports Network. You'll find the stream for that one as long as you stay right here on RRSN. Ravens try to push ahead. That one slowed down by NEO and taken away. That's coming the other way now. This is Abigail Teets. And that one out of play. It'll be an NEO throw. NEO did have some stronger attacks late in that first half. They have the ball now and chip it into the box. That one handled by Isabella Grundy. Carla Lopez working it ahead and trying to hook up there with Romero. NEO now plays it back onto the Coffeyville side, and again handled by Grundy. Treya Wilson, a little bit of pressure here from NEO, and the Ravens able to break that pressure. Here they come down the near sideline. Mandy DeNice. This is Lauren Smith chipping it ahead, and that one able to get to Romero. DeNice, that one long, goal kick. So Paloma Ortega to kick here for NEO. Donka had it one for a moment out of play. It'll be a Raven throw. Paloma Ortega has been phenomenal tonight. Ravens could easily have probably 4 or 5 goals, but some excellent saves from the freshman. This one gets all the way into the box and goes through everybody, and Ortega finally will scoop it up. NEO tries to head it forward. That one hit a little bit too far. Grundy slows it down outside the box, can't pick it up, and tries to send it further down. That one taken by Brooke Bullis into the game as a sub for NEO, and it'll be a foul against the Red Ravens. Still a 1-0 lead for Coffeyville, and a goal by Ruby Donka in the 31st minute of the first half. Free kick here from about the 30-yard line for NEO. And this one goes into the box, and it's out in front and out of play for a goal kick. Sofia Velazquez able to intercept that pass. NEO has it just outside the Raven box, and nice challenge there by Coffeyville, but still free. Bruno Mello got a foot on it. Still loose. That one knocked down by Grundy. Still dangerous. Mello plays it forward to Millie Jones. Denice. This one played out of play, and it'll be a throw-in for the Ravens. About 5 minutes into the second half, and been pretty even so far through the front five. Valeria Romero tries to get it down low for Donka. Donka able to control it. Pass tried to hit a cutting in Triago. That one behind. Played by Romero. Still Raven possession. Still danger here for NEO. And Velazquez plays it out in front. And now numbers here for NEO. It's a 3-on-2. And they try to play it forward for Guevara Gomez, but the Ravens do a nice job. Romero leaves it for Interago. Ravens on the attack, leading 1-0. Kayla Intriago finding Millie Jones. Millie Jones down low and cut off nicely. Going to slow it down and leave it for Interago. Pass into the box. And slowed down and turning, kicking. That one deflected. It'll be a Raven corner kick. It was Hazel Wimp that got a piece of it. And it will be a corner for the Ravens with 39 minutes to go in the second half. We started, there wasn't much of a shadow on the field. You can see now that shadow covers about 80 yards of the field now. Corner kick here for Coffeyville. Played into the box. Decent look. Knocked down. Ravens still fighting for it. Millie Jones slows it down. Finds Freya Wilson. Wilson chips it up into the air. And that one over everybody out of play for a goal kick. Goal kick, Donka able to knock it down. It's still free, and Ruby Donka leaves it, tried to hit Romero. NEO just does just enough. And that's going to be a foul against, looks like Mandy Denice. Sets up an NEO free kick. First hydration break coming up here in just a couple moments. Ravens with the ball, leading 1-0. Millie Jones, Jones down low. And Romero, good look, passing it up for Donka. Donka slows it down, leaves it in Tarago. Chip is high. Another great opportunity for the Ravens and another bullet dodged by the Lady Norse. Millie Jones down low. Millie Jones beats one defender, now sends it into the box, and that one knocked free. Interago has it. Ravens control possession again, just outside the box. Interago, a lot of speed and knocked down. Well defended there. That's Mackenzie Temple. Temple, a sophomore defender for this Lady Norse team. DeNice. And tried to make a move to get around the defender. Once again. Throw in here for the Red Ravens, and it's Lauren Smith. Smith. And down low, that one played well by NEO. Trying to keep it alive, and they do, but it's taken by the Ravens. Romero. Coffeyville really desperately searching for that second goal. Valeria Romero, Mandy DeNice. DeNice makes a move, gets around a defender. DeNice sends it, that's deflected. Still free, deep in NEO territory, sent out of play, and this is going to be a throw-in for the Red Ravens. There you see our photographer, Ben Matthews. That one sent off the post. Ben's got a lot of guts for wearing long sleeves down there, I'll tell you what. I wouldn't call that making fun of. It was just a comment. Ravens have it once again, leading 1-0. And DeNice. Carla Lopez sends one, that one wide as well. About 11 minutes into this second half, nearing the first hydration break. No, there's 2 hydration breaks. It's when they hit a stopping point. We're educating the youth here, folks, on the Red Raven Sports Network. Out of play, it'll be a throw-in for NEO. Again, played out of play, and again, an NEO throw-in. So NEO's had a little bit more possession here in the second half, but still have been on their own side of the field more times than not. Ravens have possession again in the box, and that one steered clear. This will be a Raven corner kick. Corner kick coming for the Red Ravens, leading 1-0, 32:30 to go. A lot of the Raven bodies on that far post. And they're going to do a short pass. Freya Wilson now chips it in on the back post. And it looks like offsides flag came up. It's a stoppage point at the 15-minute mark. Lauren Smith has it for the Ravens. Millie Jones inside. Millie Jones finds Smith. That was well defended by NEO. And they do call that out of play. That was number 8, Kaylee Asher, who made the defensive effort but was unable to keep that ball in play. Smith throwing it in here for the Red Ravens. And Coffeyville is able to control the throw. This is Millie Jones. Jones trying to get it to Denice. Now Carla Lopez. Lopez. Lopez trying to find Donka. Donka slows it down. It's deflected there. That was Maddie Sharon. And out of play, it looks like it'll be a Red Raven throw. Throw in knocked down by Bruna Mello. Ravens are going to have a shot here. That one chipped up, and I think that's the second one of the night that would be good. Over the crossbar. So 1-0. We're about 15 minutes into this second half. And again, our only goal so far tonight, Ruby Donka in the 31st minute. Romero has it on that far side for the Ravens. Turns the corner. Romero with space. And puts it home. There it is. Goal number 2 for the Red Ravens. It's the freshman out of Columbia, Valeria Romero. There is a NEO player a little slow to get up, but it is the second goal of the night for Coffeyville. It is the first collegiate goal for Valeria Romero. NEO defender on her feet. So Valeria Romero, the second freshman for the Red Ravens to score tonight. 2-0 Coffeyville with 29:42 to go. So that second goal of the night by Romero, scored in the 59th minute. And 2-0 Red Ravens. They try to earn a win here in the home opener. Got to hold that lead for 29 more minutes. NEO has it, plays it down low. That one deflected by Bruna Mello. Here comes Coffeyville yet again. That pass intercepted. That's Marley Gaudette. Throw in here for the Lady Norse. And again, it'll be NEO's throw. NEO has had an extended possession here. Down now 2-0. Donka nearly took that one away. Played up in the air and again settled down by NEO. Lady Norse have it, play it forward, and Grundy, that's dangerous collision there. And the Ravens able to clear it. Denice to Mello. Mello back to Mandy Denice. Denice ahead to Romero, who just scored the goal. And that one, the Ravens wanted a handball. And then NEO wanted a handball, and now you got space. Millie Jones beats the goalie. And did the offside flag come up? I believe it did. Oh, there you go. It is a good goal. It was kind of a weird celebration, but it is a good goal. It's Millie Jones scoring the third of the night for the Red Ravens. And it's 3-0 Coffeyville. What a home opener here for the Red Ravens. This one coming in the 63rd minute. This one played back to Grundy. 27 minutes to go in this second half. 3-0 Coffeyville. So here comes a throw for the Lady Norse. Beg your pardon, throw in for the Ravens. Throw in here for NEO, and well played there, Lauren Smith, but knocked it up in the air, and NEO able to play it back. Raven possession, Valeria Romero. This one out of play as well for a Red Raven throw. Three goals tonight for the Red Ravens. First one, Ruby Donka in the first half, 31st minute. Here in the second half, a pair of goals. One from Valeria Romero, one from Millie Jones. One out of play, and a Raven goal kick from Isabel Grundy. So, played well by the Red Raven defense, taken away by Lauren Smith, played up ahead to Millie Jones, and that one out of play, last touched by the Ravens. This one out of play and last touched by the Red Ravens. Battling for possession there. That's Brinley Ellis. But the Ravens are going to win the possession here. That's Bruna Mello. Mello plays it to the middle for Carla Lopez. Lauren Smith back to Grundy. Grundy plays it ahead to Isabella Brown. Beg your pardon, that's Freya Wilson. Mandy Denice. That's Brooklyn Cox now into the game for the second time tonight. Romero, and a contest from NEO. Romero keeps possession. That's a foul against Coffeyville here with 23-25 to go in the second half. Goals from Donka, Romero, and Jones. Valeria Guevara Gomez here to take the free kick, trying to get it into the box, and bobbled by Grundy. NEO keeps possession. They could not get a shot on target as of yet, and now the Ravens able to clear. Out of play, last touch by Ruby Dunk on that far side. Red Raven men starting to warm up a little bit on the far side of the field. We'll have that game coming up about 30 minutes following the conclusion of this one. We've seen NEO start to kind of dial up that pressure, that intensity a little bit. And when you're down 3-0 with 20 minutes to go, you don't really have much of a choice. Out of play again. This will belong to NEO. Norsar in Coffeyville territory. Lauren Smith, or that's Brooklyn Cox, I beg your pardon, trying to get a foot on that. And into the box, Grundy. Another one that's loose and out of play. We'll see what they rule. Looks like they're going to call it a goal kick. So a goal kick here from the freshman goalie out of South London. That shot over Grundy. NEO playing that 4-4-2. Minutes to go in this one. 2 goals in the second half here for the Red Ravens. One in the 59th minute, courtesy of Valeria Romero. One in the 63rd minute, courtesy of Millie Jones. Battle for possession here, Brooklyn Cox. And that was taken away by Macy Allen. They play it here to the near side. This is Guevara Gomez, who's been their best attacker all night, but sealed off by Lauren Smith. And that'll be an NEO corner kick. Ravens had a 2-0 win over Allen Community College in their final exhibition game. And once you get that first one out of the way, I think a lot of those nerves and a lot of that pressure goes away. And we've seen that here tonight. Ravens have controlled possession. They've played very well in the midfield. They have a 3-0 lead here on a very respected NEO program. With about 19 minutes to go, and Guevara Gomez, that one was deflected. Looks like last touched by NEO, and it'll be a goal kick. Inside of 19 minutes to go. Stoppage in play here. That's going to be an offside. Of course, the most important thing for the Ravens tonight is to get the win, but this was a Raven team that really struggled to stop their opponents from scoring last year. They gave up at least 4 goals in a number of games. Tonight, still 18 minutes to go, but they have not allowed a goal yet this season. Ortega sends it downfield, and Bruno Mello able to slow it down and give the possession to the Red Ravens. Brooklyn Cox. That's Intriago. Late in the first half, Intriago looked like she rolled her ankle. Good to see she's been able to stay in the game. The lone Raven returner that made All-Conference a year ago. Intriago. Ravens on the attack again. Kayla Intriago looking for a cross, and that one deflected, knocked down. It's intended for Romero. Ravens still on the attack. Bruna Mello, contact there, and they deem it a clean takeaway for NEO. Guevara Gomez up ahead, and that one deflected. Well defended by Isabella Brown, and it will end up with Grundy, who scoops it inside the box. 3-0 Red Ravens. 2026 regular season opener. A program that won just 2 matches a year ago, 16 minutes away from a 1-0 start. That was played nicely there by Lauren Smith. Raven backline's been pretty impressive here for a lot of these girls making their collegiate debut. Throw in here from Macy Allen of NEO. NEO just outside the box, and Ravens able to send it back to about the 20-yard line, and now a stoppage in play, and looks like the offside flag came up once again for the Lady Norse. Grundy sends this one down the field, and this one controlled by NEO. And this is a prime opportunity, but here comes Intriago. Takes it away for the Red Ravens, and Coffeyville, you can see, starting to play the 2 clock game a little bit. Ruby Donka tries to get up the far side. Up ahead, that's Brooklyn Cox. Cox sealed off. And contact, and that'll be a foul against the Lady Norse. Throw in here for the Lady Norse, 14:50 to play. This one, 50-50 ball, controlled by the Red Ravens and pulled down. That's going to be a foul against NEO. We had a yellow card about 90 seconds into this one, have not had another card since. Valeria Romero tries to beat the defender and sealed off nicely there by NEO. They'll play it out of play, and it'll be a Red Raven throw. Into the box for Coffeyville. They try to knock it down. This is a free ball. Still loose and knocked out of play. That was Penyel Awuchikwu, who had a decent opportunity there, but was sealed off just enough by the Lady Norse defense. This will be an NEO throw, but at this point, Coffeyville with a 3-goal lead. They're content with every second that ticks away. We saw in the scrimmage here at the Vet the Raven defense allowed 2 goals in about a 6-minute stretch against Northwest Arkansas. So this is a 90-minute match for a reason. You can't let up early. 3-goal lead is outstanding, but you still got 12 minutes against an NEO team that has had their moments tonight where they have had some impressive attacks. This one they'll turn over. As we mentioned earlier, this is the first regular season event for Red Raven Athletics in the new year. We have Red Raven Volleyball getting their season started tomorrow morning, I should say, in Dallas, Texas. They'll play 2 matches on Friday, 2 matches on Saturday. Red Raven Football plays their final scrimmage tomorrow night at Veterans Memorial Stadium. That is open to the public, so if you're not doing anything, come out, watch the Raven football team one final time before they take the field for the regular season opener. Red Raven Cross Country gets their season started in Hutchinson next week, and Red Raven Football, of course, starts the season in Miami against NEO a week from Saturday. That's number 1 versus number 2 if you're talking all-time wins in JUCO college football. Of course, we'll have it on our radio home for Red Raven Football, US 98 KUSN. Looking forward to partnering with them for another year. And all home Red Raven athletic events right here on the Red Raven Sports Network. Ryan Leiker, executive producer, is back in the house, so he gets his second mention of the night. I mentioned you were gone, but appreciate you, Ryan. Now I don't have to worry about going back and forth, and makes my job a little easier. And again, we do appreciate our student team helping us tonight. Ben Matthews down on the field as our photographer. And our camera operators, Esme Smith, Carly Dameron of Red Raven Basketball, good enough to help us tonight. Esme even trying to knock out her physics homework in between the action. So Esme, women's basketball star, camera operator, and physics student. She does it all. That one down low, handled by Grundy. Now if you're the Red Ravens, 3-goal lead with 10.5 to go. This team struggled on the defensive end a year ago. You're starting to think, can we hang on to this shutout? Coffeyville tries to bring some pressure the other way, and it will be a Red Raven throw. 10:15 to go. Season opener for the Lady Raven soccer program. Just 2 wins a season ago. Picked to finish in 8th in the Jayhawk Conference. 16 freshmen on this team. And they hold a 3-0 lead in their season opener. Talk about a story here for Red Raven soccer. A slip there. I believe that's the freshman Daniela Aguero into the game out of Costa Rica. Lauren Smith, great defense, great seal off, and the Ravens clear. They're going to keep this ball in play for quite a while, and more seconds will tick. NEO throw, but we're going to go under 9.5 to play. Again, about 30 minutes following the end of this one, we will have the men's season opener against NEO as well, and we will have a different stream for that one, so don't panic. We are going to end this stream when this one comes to an end, but we will have the men's game tonight immediately following right here on the Red Raven Sports Network. Nine minutes to go, and NEO at this point would be happy, I think, with just getting a goal and getting some momentum here out of Coffeyville. The Red Ravens, I refrain from using the term dominate, but I will use the term control. They've controlled this one. They've controlled possession. They've controlled the midfield. They've had a lot of attacks that came up empty, but they have done just enough to get 3 to go. And this is a very encouraging start to one of the youngest teams in JUCO and Coach Stephen Harrison in his second season. Wuchikwu. Wuchikwu, there you go. I threw in an extra syllable, I think, there. Penyel Awuchukwu, sophomore out of London. And Donka tries to catch up to that ball, could not. Brooklyn Cox slows it down, keeps it with the Red Ravens, plays it forward for Cody Tom, and that one out of play, Raven throw. We have a car coming up here on the stadium on the wrong side of the road, Ryan. That's not good. Not great stuff there. Seven and a half to go in this one, and not quite getting a piece of that one there. That's Paige Keir into the game, the freshman midfielder out of Scotland. So another positive to take away from this one. Not everybody got into the game here tonight for the Ravens, but a number of these freshmen have played now meaningful collegiate minutes, and every rep you get is important as the season goes on, especially with a conference as competitive as the Jayhawk. Brooklyn Cox didn't quite get all of that, but it's still going to make its way to Lauren Smith. Smith's played a really good game on that back line. And the Ravens with yet another takeaway, another Raven player that's played an outstanding game. The other back on that back line, Kayla Inturago. And now with numbers, here comes NEO. This is one of their better attacks of the second half, but it's knocked away. Still danger. And the Ravens finally able to come away with it. Donka up ahead, trying to hit Keir. And NEO floats that out of play for a Red Raven throw as we go under 6 minutes to go in this one. Sun starting to go down here in Coffeyville. All of the field now is covered in shadow. As Donka with a great pass. The Ravens have loved to use that far side tonight. And that went off the bench and out of play. Next match for the Red Ravens, Sunday. They travel to NOC Enid. Take on the Jets. Contrary to the NFL equivalent of the New York Jets, not a free win when you play the Jets in college soccer. Did you like that joke, Ryan? The New York Jets are awful. Even Jets fans know it. Another Raven throw here. This will be Lauren Smith. Knocked up in the air. Cody Tom tries to run it down. That one headed up in the air. Tom able to slow it down. And Coffeyville maybe trying for one more here for the end of the night. Paige Keir hands it off to Inturago. Keir back to Inturago, who's been all over the place tonight for the Ravens. Cox tried to chip it in. Sent right back out to Brooklyn Cox. Freshman out of Oklahoma sends it on target, but it's knocked down and saved by Paloma Ortega. I said it in the first half. I got to double check, but it would not surprise me one bit if Paloma Ortega led the nation in saves after tonight. She has to have 10, 11 saves tonight. Inside of 4 minutes to go. And this one scooped up by Grundy. Ravens will continue to burn more of that precious clock. That one out of bounds, last touched by the NEO Lady Norse. Raven men on the far side of the field continue to warm up. You can kind of see them off in the distance a little bit. Now the pressure shifts to them. They're going to have to try to make it a 2-0 night for Coffeyville. As we go into the 87th minute here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Make that the 88th minute. If you're NEO, you're trying to get one to go through. If you're the Red Ravens, you're just trying not to make any catastrophic mistakes here late. Brooklyn Cox. And that one controlled by Cody Tom. Plays it down Isabella Brown. And Tom didn't quite get all of that, but it does stay with the Ravens and Lauren Smith. Smith plays it ahead, trying to get it to Brown. Excuse me, that's Tom, and big collision there, and that's going to be a foul against the freshman out of Scotland. I'm going to try my best to all of our Scottish fans here on the Red Raven Sports Network, but I'm a really cool hometown for Cody Tom. Kilmarnock, Scotland. I've never heard of Kilmarnock, but I'm glad I have now. That's pretty awesome. Contact there, and they let him play on. As that was Brooklyn Cox trying to sell the contact. This one will go all the way into the box, and it's scooped by Ortega. 90 seconds to go. The Red Ravens putting the finishing touches on about as good of an opening night as you could ask for if you're Stephen Harrison. That one just sent out of play. It'll be a Red Raven throw. I guess I have to rephrase that because Coach Harrison, being the head coach of both programs, he can't call it a successful night until the second game's over. But I'll tell you what, him and Coach Neto got to be pretty happy with how the ladies have competed here tonight. And really, like I said, I feel like been in control for a vast majority of this contest. We'll see if they can continue that into Sunday when they take on NOC Enid, another challenging non-conference opponent. But they can go to bed tonight pretty proud of their efforts as the final seconds tick down here in Coffeyville. NEO tries to seal off Cody Tom. Cody Tom has been very physical since coming into this game. She has it now, tries to leave it for Paige Keir. That one played back and had a play for an NEO throw in the final 10 seconds. NEO has time for one or two more passes. They try to send one in front. Grundy will just send it away, and there you go. As the officials blow the final whistle in this one. And there you go. I had to make sure. Had to make sure the bench just started to walk onto the field. But there you have it. A team that won just 2 a season ago starts 1-0 in 2026. Red Ravens 3, NEO 0. Here on opening night, Coffeyville gets a big-time win. Goals tonight from Millie Jones, Ruby Dunca, as well as Valeria Romero. Lady Ravens 1-0. The men will try to make it a 2-0 night for the Red Ravens. We'll have the second game of tonight's doubleheader coming up just around the corner. You're watching Red Ravens Soccer here on the Red Ravens Sports Network. Final score, Lady Ravens 3, NEO 0. We'll be back with more action just around the corner here on RRSN.